Hey y'all, this is Qesankh, Kheperu from New World Dimensions, and today I want to talk to you about the idea of the so-called pagan religions of ancient cultures that was created by indigenous people across the planet. Specifically, let's look at Africa. The modern Christians who have titled themselves as Christians because God never said that to be closer to him or her, you had to belong to a religious set called Christianity. The modern Christians want you to think that the ancient religions and practices were pagan religions and therefore worship the devil, were evil, were satanic, and blah, 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 blah. And what they've conveniently tried to slip in was the fact that if you are not a part of that pagan religion, but part of the sanitized Christian religion, you're more civilized and more cultured. Well, essentially what they're doing is they're basically trying to kind of bait and switch you. They're trying to say that the Christian religion as it's being practiced today is a civilized way of living, when in reality, civilization from a moral, ethical standpoint began with ancient indigenous cultures who practiced the so-called pagan religions. It is the modern Christians who are trying to vilify these ancient religions, who are the ones that have caused the most wars and the most death on the planet, not the ancient pagan religions. So we have to get that straight and understand how they're conveniently trying to slip in something that has nothing to do with pagan religions. You cannot place any blame on the ancient Egyptian religions, the voodoo, the Yoruba, any blame on the wars that have taken place across this planet, because every time you have looked at what has happened in terms of World War I, World War II, the Civil War, the Crusades, the witch hunts, all of these things, you'll see that the catalyst was Christian religion. So when we want to talk about who is more moral, you have to start saying that the foundation of the planet in terms of civilization began and was spawned out of these pagan religions, not Christian religion. Christianity is very new in terms of development of the world. So these ministers, these preachers who are trying to cast these aspersions on what our ancient ancestors created are only doing so to further the cause of racism, white supremacy, by getting you to believe that anything that is spawned by the European culture is more civilized and more advanced than anything that has to do with the native indigenous people of color. And that's really what the heart of the matter is about. It is about this idea of, again, showing people of color as primitive, as ignorant, and not civilized in any way, shape, or form. So I want you to think about that. I think my stop is coming up on my train. So this is Qesankh Kheperu for New World Dimensions, and that's all for now.